Welcome to the Back Yourself podcast. Your host Hussein with my brother from another mother, Christopher here, who's on the waters tonight. He's getting his throat ready to blow up because there's a lot to blow up about this round, isn't there, mate?
What is there?
I call this the round of the pick'em because every fucking game is pick'em. And the closer we get to kick-off on 6 p.m.
There's only
Friday
one
night,
team I'm
the
going to
closer we
scream
get to a ninth pick'em.
There's only one game I'm really going to scream at because it doesn't make sense to me. But you won't pick it.
Well, I won't pick much of anything because
No.
I'm doing this off the dome. I haven't really done a deep dive.
Oh, so you're reading ins and outs. I haven't seen ins and outs.
Ins and outs is going to be brand new.
All I know is just Lomax is playing. And
yes, but that we knew. Mate, we're ahead of the curve on the Back Yourself
that we
podcast.
did know.
We're doing research fucking months in advance. So I already know.
But it doesn't mean anything for the spread, just letting everyone know.
It does. Because Knights, they're getting close. They're getting close to being pick'em again, Chris. I would say this round of footy up ahead is...
comical.
It's a tough one to pick. Last week we were like, there's going to be 10 underdogs covering, isn't there? And there was. This round, you could say... Well, it seems like every game in this sport's 50-50, but these games are priced to be 50-50.
Well, the biggest spread is Dragons, right?
Are the bookies essentially just throwing their hands up in the air and been like, yeah, sure, Dragons are garbage, but every one of these other losers are quite comparable.
Look, players are coming back and nothing's shifting. That's the biggest thing. Is Lomax not even worth a point?
Do players even matter?
Is Lomax not worth a point? For example, I know someone else is back. Is Harry Grant not fucking worth anything?
Well, not on the extended bench. He isn't the fucker.
Yeah, I know, but he could play. Nelson was on the extended bench, and he is again, and he could play.
Melbourne is just that good; they can just run out.
True. I get it, but I don't know.
It's interesting, isn't
it?
Right?
I want. There's certain games. This one is definitely up there. It's probably my favorite game of the round.
I think the first one is the funniest game of the season.
First and last.
The last is...
It's like a salsa play.
Yeah, fuck me. That's going to be a tough one. But luckily we start with the great Newcastle Knights and the pitiful Parramatta Eels led by the mastermind, Jason Riles, is taking his troops to McDonald-Jones Stadium for, you guessed it, Chris, Dan Gagai's 300th NRL game.
Oh, they've lost.
Yeah.
Who wins their 300th?
Will he be more successful than Mitchell Pearce's 300th game? I hope for the Knights' sake he will. However, there are some changes. Adam O'Brien's done some advanced thinking.
Oh, no. Who's starting?
And this is a brilliant segue into everybody's favourite segment, Ins and Outs. So get ready. Strap yourself in.
I'm ready.
Centre Dane Gagai is set for his 300th NRL game and will line up in the back line alongside 20-year-old debutant Fletcher Hunt. So who replaces Greg Marju. So Fletcher Sharp wasn't enough. They had to get Fletcher Hunt as well. Okay. Hopefully he's as fast as Fletcher Sharp. That would be nice. Leonardo has died from a head knock, with Tyson Frizzell shifting to front row, who I want to say he's probably played 500 first-grade games and never played one in the front row. So that's great from Adam O'Brien.
Great. Wizard.
Adam Elliott is in the starting side in some capacity, and Thomas Kant, who can't do anything, comes onto the bench. Okay. Jack Hetherington, as backup, is listed as 18th man to come on and punch somebody. God. Moving on to Jason Riles' squad.
What is he?
He made the great selection of bringing Zac Lomax back into the side, so he plays in the centres.
For who?
The winger will have... Hang on.
Hanging.
Has Jason Riles put him to wing?
Oh, he's put him wing.
Yeah. So we got a back line of Lomax and the Fox on the wings, with your favourite player in the NRL, Sean Russell's playing centre with Penasini. So this is Jason Riles' his answer to everything.
Yeah, okay.
The winger will play one game, but so essentially he's legit picked him to be like, hey, this guy should be playing Origin. Simonson has been buried. So, if for the loyal pod listeners last week when
no, you still haven't said who's playing second row.
I'm getting there.
Oh my god!
So last week when I was like, so Jason Riles has brought Dury onto the bench. That's their saviour. Now the bench isn't enough from Dury starting. Oh. So Gaima has been relegated, and Dury goes into the bench after his gun try that he scored last week. And Tony Mataili is the new man on the bench and is in line for his NRL debut. Yeah. So I'm not too sure about him, but Seabass, you can let us know.
Shout out Seabass.
Now, you have lied to our audience already 2 minutes in because you said Lomax is...
No, it's 2.5 on fucking Bet365.
Don't worry about Bet365. Tab, who I perceive to be the sharpest lines in the sport, have this at 1.5.
Well, that's a first.
When Bet365 wake up 4 days from now, they'll also have.
And Better's also got it on 2.5. So I'll put 2.5 probably here.
So essentially, we've got Marju out and Leonardo out for Knights, and Lomax returns for Para.
No. I know you're going to say Knights because you despise Para. This is Para. This is done.
How does this not pick him?
How is this not fucking Para's favourite? This is ridiculous.
What did I tell you guys? You can't put this
Knights are despicable. How
Knights
bad?
are one of the worst sides of all time. If I'm being honest. And this is the same argument. I don't even need to say shit. Just the same argument I made last week. Yeah. If it was any other side besides Para, I would have backed them against Dolphins and they would have won. Yeah. And if anybody else was going to Newcastle, you name it. Titans, Souths, Tigers, I'll tip them all, baby.
Last week I saw it coming. This week, Para's going to win this game. And
Para's going to win, aren't they?
And a lot of this...
Fuck me.
Just starting off, it's got nothing to do with Riles. It's got nothing to do with who the fuck's out there for fucking Knights. It's got nothing to do with Geimer being dropped. Moses and Lomax are going to play out of their skin. And if they are, they're going to win. It's simple. Their origin spots are on the line in this game. We don't know for sure this idiot's going to pick Moses or not.
So is Gagai.
We don't know if he's going to pick Moses. And Lomax is in the most proof scenario because he's just coming off injury. So the point that Laurie Daly needs to look at is he fit? And by showing he's fit, he's going to take 30 hit-ups. So if he's getting 30 hit-ups, then I'm good.
I want to make a point that you're not going to like, but you should agree with it if you're being objective.
Yeah.
Truly, Moses and Lomax never play bad for these guys.
For Para?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's the rest of the team.
So...
yeah, but who are you comparing against?
I'm not sure you can be like, they're going to win because Moses and Lomax are playing for an Origin jersey, but they play like that every week.
Yeah, no, but okay, they're playing for an Origin jersey. You can say they play at that level all the time, sure. What are Knights going to come up with?
Now you're onto something. Yeah. Because devil's advocate is, you're actually arguing the wrong point. You should be coming on and be like, Knights are dirt.
Yeah, they're dirt.
And there's not much for me to argue back.
Well, the only thing is...
Knights suck up.
Kalen... Look, I don't think Billy's going to be that much of a fucking idiot.
Oh, yeah, I hope not.
I hope he does not pick Kalen. Doesn't make any sense to me. But it's possible if he puts the Hammer fullback. But I don't think Kalen's in the position of I'm going to have a fucking gun game to make sure I'm in the team. He's going to be like, all right. And everyone else that's in Newcastle, let's say Best, he's played Origin before. He doesn't have a shot this weekend. The centers, I would say, are already fucking engraved. It's done. Yeah, and Latrell, it's done. So I can only lean one way, and I think Knights are going to come last at this point, and this is truly going to be like the Spoon Bowl. This is it. They're done.
Well, it's unfortunate that we have to start off going head-to-head, essentially, because...
You like Knights.
You think Knights are going to come last.
You think Para?
I think Para are going to come last.
Yeah, so we have to go against it.
There's no reason
I'll take the points. Knights are the typical idiots to lose by one.
I'll give you a point.
They're the typical idiots to lose by one.
When Knights lose, it's not by one. Let me tell you.
No. Knights win by one. Sorry.
And let me tell you, when they win, they don't win by one either.
Well, they can't kick a field goal.
Has anybody on the roster kicked a field goal in their life?
Holy fuck.
And if it gets down to it, Mitch will kick one before these losers do.
Or Lomax will kick one. He did it last time.
Or he'll kick a 2-pointer. Essentially, my argument
I'll make a argument for you to not tip Knights.
Because I've tipped Knights and I really don't even know why. I've essentially tipped against Power.
Yeah, that's what you've done. That's all.
These guys, I've said it from day one. Until they start running out Cartwright and Madison, I know they're not trying to win.
It's just the meters they're going to get from the back. It's a big difference having, hypothetically...
Knights will contain them.
No. I'm saying the Knights backline. Para struggles tackling, just in general, right? But the first couple hit-ups, all right, KP gets it. He has a hit-up. You're getting fucking Fletcher Hunt. And who's the other type? Schiller.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if that was Marju and Dom Young, I think my perspective's a bit different.
Yeah, I respect.
But the first couple hit-ups after Moses kicks it 5,000 meters, because you know he's going to do that. He's going to be fucking Hunt and
I
I'm like, all right, go for it.
I agree with you, sir.
If Para are going to just vacate the whole Red Sea for those two, then all right, I'll lose. That's fine.
But my concern comes with, you know what? Para can contain the first two hit-ups.
But the rest...
Between the two of them, give them 10 meters.
Yeah.
They're just it's the third.
Yeah, I know. You're saying they're just that awful.
What I'm saying is you can't have the audacity to run out a forward pack with these players starting. Not coming off the bench starting.
Don't get me...
Jack Williams.
The Knights pack isn't any better, though.
It's 10 times better. Jack Williams, Dury, Cal Togger. And then you're bringing on D Walks at the age of 73. Moretti, who every second hit up drops the ball.
Yeah.
Samrani, which...
I like him.
In what... Like... One week he plays wing, the next week he plays front row. Like, he ain't got no plan for this guy. And then on top of things, you got this Mateella guy.
You know what? There's not enough paraphrase that give you hate. You truly hate Riles.
He's shit.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know. I don't hate
What is
anyone.
he doing?
I'm objective. He sucks.
Okay.
And the smug face of him every week, saying, you know what, like, we made a big improvement.
They're going to win.
You guys suck.
They're going to win.
Shout out to Seabass. Do we have any Knights fans?
No.
Well, shout out to me, because apparently I'm the only one that'll defend these losers. Truly, I wonder if this is a power win, where Knights go from here.
Done.
If I was them for the rest of the season, I would go onto the field and plant a white flag before every game. You know what? We lost the
I
power.
said this last week when we did the podcast. I said it's essentially they can't put para favourite. It's the same case. They just can't put para favourite.
Well, last week
they were just favourite, right? Yeah. They ended up being favourite. But when we did it,
you're like, you just can't be favourite.
You can't be favourite, right? They just simply cannot put them favourite.
Nah, not after that.
But simply right now, like you said, it should be pick'em. Knights are awful. It's just that it's fucking para.
I feel like this is more of a... This actually shows, pricing-wise, how bad Knights are.
Knights are really bad. This would mean para would be clear favourites at home.
Yeah.
That's how bad... Yeah, and deservedly
These
so.
guns went from 6-point favourites to tight ends to like, hey, you're barely favourites against para now. That's how bad you can't.
But yeah, and I agree.
I can't really like sit here and be like, no, they should be 4-point favourites, because they shouldn't.
Yeah. Because if it was 4, you would take para.
Yeah. I'll truly enjoy this game. What a great way to start the round.
I think the first two I do enjoy. Because I know what you're going to come on and say about the next game. So,
well, we'll see about
Shout out J-Maz.
Shout out to J-Maz. Shout out to Chris Crias.
Shout out to Matt.
Stephen Crichton. Jacob Carraz. A.k.a. the new Origin sensation, most likely. Connor Tracy, the greatest fullback of all time since Billy Slater, including Billy Slater. Some say he's better than him. Saluka Fafita. If you look close enough, you might see Payne Haas in his body.
I'm going to drink some water before this guy.
There's just one change for the mighty Bulldogs, the comeback kids. Jamin Salmon, after celebrating his weak gutted dog celebration, hurt himself. And now Harry Hayes comes into the starting side for him. Luke Smith is in line for his NRL debut off the bench. Because truly, Dogs are like... Every week they lose 3 more forwards, and they just generate new ones from their AI lab of Penrith.
There was one called Jack Todd that played when you weren't here.
Where the fuck's he gone?
He's tired. This is not
fine.
his
That's a new fucking debutant.
So shout out to Barnesy as well. I haven't given him one in a while.
For what?
One of your favourite players is back.
I know.
Truly, I wonder, like, did he get HIV/AIDS or something?
No. Conveniently, I know who it is, and conveniently he's back 1 week before Origin.
Lindsay Collins will have one game to prove his fitness and his health for Billy Slater after he was named on the interchange bench. The representative forward has not played. He suffered a knee injury. I thought he was still ill from when he backed down to Souths. No other changes for the Roosters after they enjoyed their bye last week. How much did they enjoy it?
Did they enjoy their bye?
Yeah.
That's never a good
Did
sign.
they enjoy it enough to now be 8.5-point underdogs after a bye and 2 victories going into
Can
round
they
11?
cover? Look, anyone that gives me the argument they can cover, I'll be like, sure.
Yeah, good. You said my piece for me. You can have the rest.
Can they win? Fuck no. I can't see them winning. Look, this whole fucking... Listen, like, what I don't understand is now they've won 2 games and, like, Trent Robinson's going to the media and talking about Brandon Smith's contract.
And Dom Young's one as well.
Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, they won 2 games.
You cunts are literally 10th. Yeah. Like, it's...
You're below Tigers.
It's not... No, they're not. Surely.
They are.
Tigers?
Tigers.
Oh, I was going to say. Tigers. Like, in my mind, it's... I don't like the culture of the Roosters because they feel obligated to, like... They feel like they're superior to everyone. And Trent Robinson also does that. He's kind of like... Well, I don't want to talk about my team. I want to talk to players. I want to talk shit about the clubs that won our players.
It's like he has his own podcast.
Like, what the fuck? Who gives a fuck what you have to say? Like, it's not you that's ruling the money. You're not Nick Politis. Like, who gives a fuck? Why? And what's interesting is that makes news. Like, everyone fucking posts it.
Did you see what Robbo said?
Like, Who gives a fuck? Like, he's a coach and their team's 10th. Like, think about it. If Bellamy doesn't go out and starts talking about, oh yeah, we got Harry Grant's contract, we're giving it away to Tigers. Like, he never said that. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So, like, look, can they go show up? Of course. When we purely talk about the game, they have the forwards to beat Dogs. Dogs don't have the forwards. This is the big problem. But the counter argument, devil's advocate, is they played probably the best pack in the competition last week and put them away. And so, look, Roosters, is their pack that much superior? They play better after a bye than fucking Raiders will? I don't think so. Look, I'm going to keep riding the Dogs wave. I truly think they will beat them by more than 8. But I can't sit there and go, this is such a good team that they're going to go out and beat them by 8. Because Dogs offensively have proven to not be great. And I was explaining to someone today at work. I was like, okay, how many points did Raiders lose by? Technically, it was 12, right? That left side play, which we see week in, week out, Raiders just, especially the second one really pissed me off, the kick out one. Because the Red Sea parted, right? Every other team knows that's coming. And I said, Ricky will probably play it 1,000,000 times, and you guys probably looked at it like, yes, we're going to defend it. And you looked at the fucking play, and you're like, oh, no, we're just going to let them walk over. It's too hard, right? Will Roosters look at the tape and defend it properly? Probably not. So, I mean, can Roosters score at the other end? They score a lot off line breaks and breaking the line. Can you break the Dogs' line at this point? Like,
yeah.
I know it's possible because Raiders showed it last week, but Raiders, the difference I see in the Raiders is they beat them a lot, and Manly did this as well. They have a lot of speed. And that's what fucked Dogs. They were just like, well, we can't fucking catch them. Like, it's not humanly possible to catch them. Roosters don't really have that now. The back line is fairly slow. They're strong, but they're slow. Teddy is like 32. He doesn't have the speed he used to. So it kind of fits into the Dogs' way. So I'm kind of like, well, if Roosters, their number one thing is forwards. We saw last week Raiders' pack got destroyed by this team. Their second asset is being able to get it to the outside backs and get around teams. I don't think it's possible with what they have out there. Raiders are unique in that scenario. They're unique in fucking many scenarios, but they have speed. Through weeks, that was one of their tries. Savage on the right-hand side, that was another one of their tries. Matty Timoko breaking the line, that was another one. They're 3 really quick players. Roosters don't really have that. So I'm leaning the Dogs spread here, but I'm happy to hear the argument for +8. But I don't think Roosters win this. I just don't know if they can score. That's my problem.
I think this game's a skip.
Of course it's a skip. That's why the button's there.
I think it's a skip. Like, you'll probably see us skip one game every 2 rounds, where it's like, this. Well, either no matter who you back, it's just a shit.
I reckon unders.
Okay, so the interesting thing is, if anyone's looked at the fucking weather report for the next 7 days,
it's gonna rain.
It's literally pissing down.
Yeah, unders.
For like
Roosters can't.
7 days in a
Roosters
row.
can't score.
The total for this game is 44.5.
That's a lot.
And I don't know if people actually were paying attention last week. You sent Dogs out as upset alert, but the best bet for the game was actually total points over, which was 44.5.
Which shouldn't have happened,
and
but anyway.
The reason the total was so low, considering most games sit around 48, was, it's a top of the table clash and the fucking Bulldogs are involved. And Dogs are perceived to be this high defensive fucking orientated team, but if you look at them in recent form, 3-4 rounds, they legit conceded like 36 to Broncos.
Yeah.
They conceded 20 to fucking Raiders in 2 minutes. And I don't think they are playing week to week with that grind mentality like last year of we're going to like defend our try line and defend the middle of the park like every player's our last.
I disagree.
I don't see that approach from them currently in the last like month of footy.
I disagree. I just the play of Broncos and Raiders in the first half that Dogs are like, we can't fucking, like, we don't know how to defend this. Again, Broncos are a very quick side. It's the same scenario.
I don't think either Broncos or Raiders threw anything at Dogs that they haven't seen before. They just fucking ran right through them. Like, look at even the fucking Starling no try that the NRL came out as like, no, that actually was a try.
Yeah.
Dogs would never fucking concede that in the last year.
Yeah, true. But
right? And Dogs themselves went from last year's offense, which was scoring fucking 16 points a game for the first 15 rounds, to now they're getting 30 points on essentially anyway.
Yeah, I know, but...
And you're bringing this Roosters inbred team that... Talk about fucking... These cunts give up as soon as it gets hard. Like, how many games have we seen Roosters just dominate for, like, a long stretch, and then they concede 3 tries in, like, 10 minutes? The Souths game, the Titans game, the Warriors game, probably a bunch while I was fucking overseas. Like...
No, they kept winning.
So, I would actually go overs.
It depends on the weather.
I think Roosters can get like 20, and I think Dogs will get like 23.
I can see this being like 16-6 full time.
Nah.
I don't think Roosters have the capability of scoring against this team.
I think they can.
Like, especially in the rain, the kick game of Roosters is fucking obsolete. Like, they're going to make 0 meters from the kick.
I actually think that helps overs. Because it won't be as much of an end-to-end game because Burden kicks at 200 meters and then Savalo kicks at 10. So Dogs are just going to end up in the Roosters half and
Savalo's got a good kicking
probably
game,
score a bunch of points, and then Roosters just throw the footy around, score some garbage.
There is a lot of we need to prove Origin jerseys here as well for Kiraz.
Kiraz, Critter, like
maybe Kurt Mann.
Shout out to Matt. He thinks he's the most important bulldog of all time, but
maybe
realistically. Sure, Roosters have a forward pack that can go and get them. They're coming off a bye. Dogs, do they lack motivation after
the win of the century?
The win of the century, high leverage game in Brisbane, Easter Monday. Do they really give a shit about going and raping Roosters on a Friday
night? But it's Dogs,
that no one really gives a fuck about by more than 8 points? Probably not.
I think also a bit of it is. This can truly be the gap away if Sharks end up winning on Saturday. And that I would say Dogs have pretty much won the minor premiership at that point.
No.
You still think Melbourne can catch them?
Not in the league with Melbourne in it.
Well, if Sharks end up winning, it's going to be fucking pretty hard for these guys to catch them.
No.
Sharks can catch them, but...
I'll never be like... Because Dogs are great, but I don't trust them to win every single week. But if you tell me Melbourne won 12 games in a row to end the year, I'll be like, yeah. That's the thing.
I don't know.
But
I can see it.
Would they essentially be a chalk-in for top 4? Yes. And there would probably be favourites from minor premiership at that point, especially if Sharks
They're favourites right now.
Which I respect that. Like
that's fine. I don't know. I feel like there's a bit of in them. I don't know why.
Yeah. They should win.
I just don't trust Roosters.
There's a lot of reason for Roosters to hang in there with them for probably like 60 minutes, 65 minutes. There's no reason for them to win.
What I don't know, I guess this week will tell the most, is the team that goes into the bye red hot always comes out shit.
Yeah,
that's the only thing.
And where, the bye came at a bad time for them.
I think it kind of did in this case. They haven't... You could see it in Knights, but I'm not going to compare Roosters to Knights. But Knights is the best example. 2-0, everyone thought they were gone, and now they literally pick them the fucking para. It's a completely different scenario.
Fall from grace.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Roosters can hang in there. This is probably the most likely retard that they should cover and lose, but they lose by 10.
Yeah.
So I came on thinking I'm going to make a case for Roosters, but sometimes, especially in the footy, there's a red hot patch of form for a side, and you just don't want to fucking go against them. And that Dogs team is this right now, where everyone probably took Canberra last week to push them to $2.20. At halftime, they were like, fuck yeah. And then... Imagine taking Canberra, watching it shift to $1.70. You could have got Canberra at $2 at some point. Watching them go up 20-0 and then just seeing that fucking second half onslaught. I don't want to...
Better be on that.
Yeah,
at any lead, Roosters can fuck up. Freighters can do it.
Especially after Knights fuck me over on Friday. I'd rather not, personally. So I might just go overs. Moving on to probably... one of the most interesting games of the round. I'm not saying the best game, because obviously we got Saturday night, but this can go either way, I reckon, mate. The Dolphins running out the same 17 losers that beat Para. James Fisher-Harris is set to return from a prec injury that has named him at prop, while Roger Tuivasa-Sheck will be given every chance to prove his fitness and run out there for the Warriors.
This is fantastic.
In the reserves. Bunty Afoa started at prop last week but drops out of the squad, while Jackson Ford has been ruled out after suffering a concussion. Sam Healy is the new face on the bench.
He's good. I've seen him play. Pre-season.
The news of James Fisher-Harris and what we perceive that Tuivasa-Sheck will run out there has pushed this from Pick'em to Warriors favourites. $1.80 on the road at Redcliffe Stadium. I believe it's at Redcliffe. Let me just...
$1.80? They're not more favoured than that?
Which...
What the fuck are these prices?
You know what, Chris? I absolutely love it when me and you agree on something, mate. And that's $1.80. Is that it?
But like...
What the fuck?
I want...
But
I know they're dual loss. That's the problem.
You know what, Chris? I am the rational one of this podcast, but I'm going to be irrational for a minute.
They're dual loss.
Is $1.80 or pick him depending on where you shop for Warriors probably one of the stupidest lines of the year?
100%.
How the fuck are they not 4.5 point favourites? Absolutely.
This is why they keep fucking winning.
But they're going to lose, aren't they?
Yeah, well...
For no reason.
The problem is, right, if this was 4.5, everyone would take Dolphins. The world will be on Dolphins.
I'm not sure they would.
No. Okay, let's say it's 6.5.
Okay, yeah.
The world will be on Dolphins, and Warriors will cover.
By 8. They'll win by 8.
Right? But now that it's pick'em, you're kind of like, well, fuck, why the fuck is this pick'em? Yeah. It's one of those games that you often see it in the fucking NBA more than anything else. Like, why are these cunts pick'em, but they lose anyway? That's the problem. It should really be more favoured in their way, so you're getting a fucking gun value, but they always fuck it up.
I would say, as far as punting goes, these are the most infuriating games to punt on because you're in a lose-lose situation. Me and you can sit up here. Shout out to the Waz fans. After 11 rounds of us being like Waz aren't that good, we can sit up here objectively and be like, why are they not like $1.60?
I thought they were gods.
No, they are like way better than Dolphins. Yeah. But at the same time, I've been doing this for fucking way too long that I know they're going to go and give up to Dolphins.
Well, look, the only case and the reason why I'm assuming this pick'em, these cunts have fucking been around the world.
Yeah.
Like, and they haven't been to New Zealand. That's the only case you can really give. And I think it's at Redcliffe, right? Is it at KO Stadium?
Suncorp.
It's not even that doesn't even make fucking any sense.
Warriors, their recent run has been they got raped at Melbourne, which they're not the only ones. They went to Go Media Stadium and raped Broncos and Golden Point. They went to Christchurch and raped Knights.
Whoa.
They went to Suncorp and raped Broncos. And then they went to Wollongong and raped Dragons. And now they're going back to Brisbane.
And then they finally go home. And look.
And then next week's the
you know
NBA
what?
championship.
You know what I don't like? Because in past seasons, and maybe punting back more in the day, right? This would be 4.5. But now, and you know what? This could be conspiracy theory on me. Now my fucking garbage narrative is spreading into the line. Because next week is a fucking comp match. They're going to play Raiders hard because, well, we're fucking top 4 teams. They get to go back home. Why would they go to fucking... My exact point would be in the past podcast. Why the fuck would they go to Queensland and give a fuck?
Yeah. But that argument is better when you're like, why would they go and...
Yeah.
Like...
The spread is actually 4.5. Yeah. And I'd be like, all right,
but
why are they $1.50?
I mean, they're incentivized to win at the end of the day. And all they have to do is win to cover the stupid fucking line. So I'm infuriated because now I'm conflicted of, do I just close my eyes and take Warriors because that's the right thing to do and they're the right price? Or do I try and be like...
No, well, look...
Think outside the box and take Dolphins like a fucking idiot.
At this point...
Like they're getting Fisher Harris and
you know what?
Back.
Actually, you know what will be interesting? Quickly, get up next week's line. Or can you get it?
No, I can't. Is it on Sportsbet?
Might be.
What do you think the Raiders and Warriors
spread is? According to this, fucking Raiders will be favourite.
Unfortunately, I don't have access to that.
Raiders will be favourite.
Yeah, they would be. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but like, how much?
2.
So why they pick them to Dolphins? It's going to suck.
I know. Dolphins went from underdogs to Para to now fucking the same price against Warriors. I get like the home road thing, but I mean Warriors are literally second and Para are fucking last. And they looked garbage last week as well.
Look, all right. I have to tip Dolphins. I cannot. And I feel like I haven't said it enough on the podcast, but why I took Brisbane so long ago is simple as this. When they beat Dogs. If I take Warriors now, it will hurt me more than losing on Dolphins. If Warriors win again, I'll know the price was wrong and Warriors are just a better team. Everyone that won, congratulations. If I take Warriors at $1.80 when I know it should be $1.50 and they lose outright to Dolphins, I'll fucking go hang myself.
I think I'm the opposite of you.
You would rather lose on Warriors?
I would rather...
You're wishing... Are you wishing them to fucking keep winning? That's the thing.
I actually would want nothing more than a Dolphins win. But this is the Back Yourself podcast, and
the price is wrong.
If I'm going to sit here and talk about how fucking sharp of punters we are,
we have to take Warriors.
I can't physically press confirm bet on Dolphins at $2 when I know they're garbage.
No, look, mate. It's my own rationale. You are in control of everything on premium. Just fucking take player. There is no reason this should be $1.80 at all.
Yeah.
But if they lose,
I know Dolphins are going to go and win.
If they lose, well, fuck. It's this season. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Does Fisher Harris and Roger coming back mean anything to you? Or
well, apparently it doesn't mean shit to those bookies. They have a better team. They have a better team than last week.
No, think about it. It's $1.80 and it's shifted.
Yeah.
Because this was fucking pick'em. Imagine this game being even money with Dolphins being.
Well, look, it's back to your point when I probably cut it out at the start of the podcast. Does it even matter who's named?
No. This is
Is Campbell playing back row?
No, he's in the centres.
Oh, okay, that might be an issue. But that's part of the issue.
I think Roger will come and play centre.
Is he going to play centre or wing?
I think he'll play centre. Because I don't think Dallin and Tuapiki can play in the centres.
No, they can't.
So they'll just put Capel to the back row, put Roger to centre.
Yeah, well,
and then
that's fine.
Put Halasima back to the bench.
That's good.
I know, it's great. Yeah, I know.
They're great.
I know. It's fantastic.
The Dolphins are one to... Platt's not back, is he?
No.
So why the fuck is this... Take Warriors.
This is talk too much. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
What is this? Pick him without Platt.
Up the fucking wires?
Up the wires. This is... The price is absolutely wrong, bro. That's ridiculous.
All those Wires fans in the comments every week coming out for us. All right, we get it. You guys are gods. You're the greatest team of all time. Don't even go to Redcliffe. Go to Suncorp, which is like essentially a neutral game because how many fucking Wires fans are going to be there? What? Go there and win. You're a pick'em to a loser side. Just go and win. You seem to do it every other week.
Is it at 3 p.m.?
Yeah.
Well, there's another factor that's gay. That doesn't help Warriors.
Mate,
but they're better than them. That's the thing. They're better than them. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, mate. Like,
this is like Warriors is like 11th.
At the end of the day, we're just...
No.
We're betting on
truly
odds and probability.
If they lose, Warriors fans...
Yeah. Make sure you don't conveniently miss the review. Come to the review as well.
If you win, we'll win money, so it's fine. But like,
truly...
You should win, bro. This is ridiculous.
Up the fucking wires.
Let's go,
baby.
Up the wires.
I want Warriors to win and then go and host Canberra next week. That'll make it a fucking great game. Moving on to 5:30 p.m. sharp.
This is going to be the smallest...
My team versus your team.
This is going to be probably the smallest review ever because I know who's playing halfback and you're going to die.
Young gun Jackson Purdue has shifted from centre to 5'8" in a major shake-up in the North Queensland attack with Tom Dearden to play halfback. Zac, a.k.a. G.I. Labour, comes into the centres with his first game back in about 12 months after tearing his ACL. No other changes for the Cowboys besides that random one from Todd Payten. Jake Trbojevic has returned to his primary position of lock as he looks to play his way into a New South Wales jumper. Jazz goes back to hooker. Bullymore starts at prop and Simpkin goes to the bench. Caleb Navale has also been added to the interchange in place of Clayton Fulalo.
Fuck that.
While Matt Lodge is now available for selection and listed in the reserves. Come on, Seabold, wake up.
Are we getting
a spread of 2.5 plus 2.5 for the Manly side?
Are we getting points?
We're getting points, baby.
We'll take that.
Sound the alarm. No, get the alarms going.
This is not even... I don't even need to scream. It's Cowboys. What the fuck's this shit? It's fucking Cowboys. They drew to Penrith. Now everyone wants to back them.
The world has gone mentally insane.
No. You know what does me? Someone said this to me, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. Why did they get rid of Clifford?
I don't know. Is Todd Payten thinking, Laybutt's available, I need to shake my entire team up to get Laybutt back in there?
But...
And when Viley is sitting right there. I don't know. Is that what he's thinking?
I actually don't know what he's thinking.
I think that's what he's thinking. He's like, fuck, like I got this
you know what I mean?
Mediocre centre back.
Okay, you know how I said Roosters are going to kick 1 metre? How many? These cunts can't even kick 4 metres.
Yeah, I know. Clifford, I thought he was playing good.
I thought he was playing good. Other than his fucking intercept with Warriors, he's actually been playing good.
I know,
He puts one of these ones up, like...
He turns into the high jump champion once a week.
And did these cunts not learn for the first 4 games when they were fucking playing that rookie that they couldn't kick? And And they were like, we're getting raped, we'll bring Clifford back. And then they started winning, and now Clifford's not playing.
I actually can't believe from week 1, we're at a point where Manly getting points against these cunts. That's insane to me.
What the fuck?
I actually can vividly remember the moment Olakwatu scored in the 4th minute. If you were to tell me then that these cunts are getting points against Cowboys, I'll be like, Turbo's out, right? No, he's in there. Oh, okay, so Cherry Evans must be out. Nope, he's there as well. Brooks, I guess.
It's not even fun tipping these guys' upsell, truly.
Yeah, I'd want more of a challenge.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Cowboys. You got mentally insane. There's no reason to have dropped Clifford. He was playing fine, and that's coming from me and you.
Yeah, exactly.
Does having Purdue no longer at center actually... is he like the Walmart Fletcher Sharp at 5'8"?
Look,
I don't get the
I
idea.
actually think this is a fucking defensive thing.
Wait, they want Purdue to go get killed by Homoli.
I mean, look,
Poor
even
guy.
that doesn't make sense. Dearden is a great defender.
Yeah, I know.
He's he's one of the best defenders on Homoli, and now you're like, fuck it, we'll put him on the other side.
Yeah, these cunts have lost the plot.
They've lost the plot. Todd Payton, I get it, you drew and you fucking pulled your hair out, but
is that an Adam O'Brien?
this doesn't make any sense.
Very
I
strange.
couldn't believe why. And I'm like, all right, okay, Labert's in.
Now, to come off our high horse for a minute,
Manly that bad.
if Manly lose,
Yeah, all right, then I'll concede defeat.
these cunts might even miss the 8.
Yeah, I'll concede
That's
defeat.
fucking bad.
But
If Manly are any semblance of the team you've claimed them to be in the last
they're going
18
to
months,
destroy Cowboys.
they're going to destroy them, aren't they?
Yeah.
But truly, from what I've seen from Manly in the last 5-6 weeks, I can actually somewhat be like, I get why they're getting points.
No, I don't. This is exactly... Manly got the fucking bye syndrome. They're coming off their win against Penrith and they go on a bye. I can't imagine if they played again, they would have lost. But look, they were awful after their bye.
I mean, they gave Dragons a win before that.
Yeah, but Turbo didn't play.
But he's
Turbo came back and they beat Penrith. All right, Penrith down the bottom, sure, but we saw them fucking rape the shit out of Broncos and drew with Cowboys. In that scenario, if Clifford was playing, and you would cover 2.5 technically because it was a draw. So this Manly team is good, and this bye at this time, maybe it was just shit. It's just too long of a turnaround.
And you know what, Chris? I'm going to give you credit because you actually said this weeks ago. They don't get any credit for it, but Sharks are actually one of the few teams that can defend pretty well in the league.
Yeah.
And Manly, we know what they are, right? These cunts throw the footy around from any point in the field, and that's their answer to everything. You want to kick pressure them and fucking back them into the corner, we're going to throw the footy around. You're going to give them 6 again, they're going to throw the footy around. You're going to fucking... Whatever you do, Manly is coming to play and throw the footy around. Is that, in hindsight, a mistake for us to kind of scoff Sharks and be like, they can't contain Manly, which I thought they actually defended them very well.
They defended them well.
Not just on their try line, but forcing them into stupid fucking errors throughout the game, yes. Are Cowboys going to play exactly like Manly and play a shitter version of them? Yes.
Well,
so in my mind, Manly play the same way as Cowboys, are better than Cowboys at what Cowboys are good at, and they have the better players, and they're coming off a loss, where Cowboys are coming off a 90-minute game. Why and you're getting points.
And look, Manly are probably one of the best long-range scoring tries in the competition, and these cunts are going to get the ball on the 30-metre line every time.
Yeah,
because they can't kick.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not like Sharks were different. They pinned them on their line, and Manly don't know what to do. These cunts won't even get it there.
Yeah.
So,
although I will say, if Manly fuck around and go out and drop the ball 50 times, Cowboys will put 30 on.
Cowboys will put 30 on. Manly can't defend.
Thing,
but I'm happily take the points in this. This is ridiculous.
I can't imagine any situation where taking Cowboys at $1.70
people
is the
are
right
taking $1.70 and not taking Warriors. It baffles me. How can you not take Warriors over Cowboys in this game?
This is insane.
Next one is a fucking
moving on to
4-hour job.
The thriller in Manila, top of the table, somewhat clash. The Cronulla Sharks at the stomping ground of PointsBet Stadium, where they give up to all the fucking top 8 teams, are hosting the Melbourne Storm, coming off the 64-0 massacre on Mother's Day. Shout out to Jeremy Palmer, the #1 Storm fan of this podcast. He was saying that he appreciates when Melbourne lose once in every while because there's a fucking 100-0 coming the following week conveniently. But now that the 100-0's come out of the way, this is what's happening ins and outs wise in the Sharks-Melbourne game.
All right.
Sifa Talakai is on track to make its return from a concussion, as has been named on the interchange, while Teague Wilton has hurt his shoulder and he's in the reserves. Probably won't play.
That's fine.
Talakai has replaced him.
Oh, Talakai's playing second row?
No, Talakai's on the bench.
So who's playing
for Hazelton.
I played last
week. And Oregon Kafusi returns to the starting side as a result. Harry Grant has been listed in the reserves as he seeks to return from a hamstring injury. Just the one change is Tui Kamikimika coming onto the bench and Nelson reverting to the reserves.
All right.
Which is interesting.
That doesn't make any sense.
A spread of 3.5, which is very seems
short.
But
it probably shift down.
What Melbourne's done. I feel like the 3.5 suggests that the books think Harry Grant won't play, but the minute you get the tweet that he is going to play, I feel like we're going straight to 4.5.
Yeah, of course. I feel like it's going to shift down.
So that'll be one to look out for. Is Melbourne too long?
Okay. Is this, and again, I think a lot of this does play Origin. Does the Melbourne team really just don't want him to go? And I feel like that's what's in the line right now. If he plays, Queensland have all ability to fucking pick him. If he doesn't, you can't really pick him. So, is he healthy enough that he can play and then play Origin next?
True. And you got to think now Ben Hunt's dead as well.
And Queensland need a hooker. So, Melbourne's kind of in a situation, okay, we bring back our captain this week, but we're going to lose him. And is he healthy enough to come back this week? So, my case is I think Nelson will play. I don't think Harry plays. Because Melbourne's going to be like, fuck off. Like, he's going to come back. If he comes back injured for most of the season, that dampers with their premiership problem. But they're going to win anyway. So
why is Nelson in the reserves?
That doesn't make sense. It's fucking Bellamy. He does some weird shit. But like we do every other time, and I'm sick of like trying to make a case for it because it's like they're just good and people just need to realize they're good and they talk shit. I'm going to take Cronulla anyway. It doesn't matter. Look.
Why?
At some point, they have to win one of these games. And they just get pumped every single fucking time. And look, have they played better the last couple of weeks? Yes. Have they been able to defend better? Yes. Outside, probably the last 3 weeks, Matt's not going to agree with this. They've probably been the best defensive team. Our Dogs have not defended, like you said, as well as they used to. Cronulla have probably been the best defensive team. So, can they defend Melbourne? Fuck no. But I think Cronulla, like, for once in their miserable lives, they're going to fucking win one of these games at some point. And I think it will be this one. Melbourne without Harry Grant, they played Tigers. Obviously, this is all, let me just clarify, this is all contingent he doesn't play. If he plays and it's 3.5, then take Melbourne. That's a different story.
If he plays and it's 5.5, what would you do?
I'd take Cronulla. But if I had 3 with him, like, fuck me. Come on, boys.
Okay, do you think Sharks are live underdogs to win this game?
Yeah.
For what reason? Besides the fact that they're due.
Besides the fact that they're due, I think they're very underrated at this point. Like, completely going under the radar.
Okay. And if you think they're underrated, do you think they should be pick 'em or something?
No.
Because it doesn't seem like the books are underrating them.
I think the price is right now. But I can see with Harry, Nelson all coming in that this really like gets to close to like 6.
I would have it at 6 if they all play.
So I'm like, well, fuck me. Are they that bad to be like giving a try at home? Is Melbourne that good to get a try at home? Is your fucking argument. Yeah. But I'm not going to... It's similar to the Dolphins game. I would rather not watch and go out there and be like, all right, Hines finally fucking had a good game against a good team and they go win. I'm good.
But you're just playing the chances, right? Like, what's more likely to happen? Hines goes out there and outplays Hughes, Munster, Pappenhausen, and I think Harry Grant, and they lose by 2 or they win by 2 or something, or you just put your money on Melbourne and be like, yeah, Melbourne just need to win by 4. What's more likely?
Well, look, I think a lot of it is also that Melbourne, that last week has put a lot of bias in your head, in my opinion. I don't think you've accepted how bad Tigers are at this point.
No, I think on the review, I accepted how bad
Tigers
are.
Look, you accepted it.
I don't think you did.
No. Look, I said you can play anyone that day and they would have lost to Melbourne. But I think that on their day, they can always fuck it up.
The beautiful thing of the Back Yourself podcast is I'm actually our biggest fan. I go back and watch every podcast.
Yeah, but...
So in the review, you were like, yeah, well, this is why Melbourne's going to win the comp. No one's going to fucking touch them. And I came out, my first sentence was, Tigers, you cunts were fucking disgraceful. You know?
Okay, Tigers were bad.
Yes.
But Melbourne was very, very good.
Melbourne are very good.
But are they going to put that performance up again?
Yeah. Mate, whoever beats Melbourne, immediately the next 3 games, you don't want to play these cunts.
Yeah, but they lost to Dragons.
Yeah, and what happened after they lost?
And they lost to Dolphins.
The Dolphins one I wasn't here for, so I can't comment. But I feel like they had no players, more or less.
It's the same fucking team.
Yeah, no.
I can't say I rate Sharks and not back them in this game, especially if it gets to 6. I can't.
Because you kind of had this opinion on Sharks
look,
the whole time. But you know, how many times does a bee have to sting you before?
They don't know. Of course, like they could just come out and fucking shit the bed again. Of course they can. It's Cronulla in a big game. What do you expect to happen? And look, the last time they were points bet, they got fucking embarrassed against the Dogs side, yeah. And they haven't played there since, which also gives you incentive. Like, fuck, these cunts fucking finally got a home game.
I think they'll be up for it. I think they're going to.
I just don't. Cronulla's fucking within themselves, but. I think on paper, especially if Harry doesn't play, or in your opinion, you think he's going to play, you're just going to get extra points. So I'll take the 6.
Even if in the case that I don't get the best of the line or whatever, I would lay 3 without Harry. I would lay probably anything up to 6 with Harry and Nelson. If it was just
without Harry, you wouldn't lay 6 though.
No, of course not.
Without Harry, would you lay 4?
Yeah, if I had to. Yeah.
4.5.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't. With Cronulla, like, I've gotten my hopes up for them so many fucking times. I could legit pinpoint, all right, week 2 against Cowboys in the semis. Week 1 against Roosters in the semis. Last year, week 1 and in the prelim. The Dogs game. Fucking so on, so forth. They had the stretch where they went to Melbourne last year and won. They beat Roosters and...
It's the same fucking point of the season.
The worst one, by far of all time, was when Penrith came without
clearance. Yeah, when they were favourites.
But... I feel like those demons aren't completely gone out of Cronulla yet.
Well, you're just saying, I would rather get stung by the bee that I've already stung before than watch these cunts go out and fucking beat them. I'm good. I would rather be like, all right, Sharks lost again. I know what they are. That's good. Like, I know they're the same shit. But if they go beat them after I've taken Melbourne, I'd be like, fuck me. Like, is this actually the season that they're going to wake up for once?
I think I just learned something about me and you and how we think a little bit differently. And it applies to the Warriors game and in this game. You think more in terms of, okay, if the outcome doesn't go my way, which one's going to like piss me off more?
Yeah.
But I think more in terms of, if I put my money on these fuckwits, which one's going to piss me off more while I'm watching the game? If I put my money on Sharks and I see them fucking go out there, drop it a couple times, Hines just like...
Plays like an idiot.
Plays like passive... He takes a dummy from Munster and Munster scores and does this to him. I'm like, did I really just take them in 3.5 against Melbourne?
Yeah, well, look, that's your opinion, but I'd rather not get stung by the other bee. It's like an unknown beast.
How is that a bee stinging you?
No. If Sharks lose, I'll be like, all right, Hines played good, did the same thing. They dropped it 6,000 times, didn't get possession. Sure, all right, the Sharks, whatever. Melbourne go out there and lose. I'll be like, so you went and fucking raped my team 64-0. And now you come back with Harry and you lose to this Sharks side, who everyone wants to fucking perceive that they're fucking garbage, and they finally win one.
That would be a shock to me, and I would take my chances on a shock. But
it's a shock to you if they go win in Cronulla.
No. Like, Sharks beating them would be a shock to me.
In general, even if Harry plays or not.
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't shock if Harry doesn't play. Look, last week's a fucking anomaly. In my opinion, Harry not playing, they haven't played great any of their games.
Okay, what do they actually need Harry for?
To fucking the middle of the park, it was like the Red Sea parted. And you're still...
With Hughes and Pappy, I said from day on, these cunts would just dismantle anyone. The only reason they lost to Dragons, Harry was there, he played like a fucking inbred. But they need Hughes.
He played against Dolphins.
Yeah, but then they had no outside
backs.
That
Dolphins game... That middle of the park and the outside backs. Outside backs was something. And outside backs this week, it's not like it's any better. It's not like how the shit are back.
Okay, in 11 game sample size, to me, the Dolphins game is the one that makes no sense. As opposed to the other ones where, oh, fuck, like, they lost to Dragons. Like, they lost by 2, whatever. The Dolphins one's like, why the fuck did they get raped by them? But the way, like, Pappy's playing, Hughes is playing.
They're all playing
the
great.
Outside backs, I don't actually see. I just don't trust Cronulla.
I know. I don't trust them either. I don't trust them either.
But if this was 5.5 without Harry, I'd be like, oh fuck, okay, like Sharks are like $2.70. I can see that.
But with Harry,
that might be value.
It will be $2.70.
Without Harry, for them to only be like $2.30, that seems like not enough in my mind, and that's why I take Melbourne. You can't put them $2.50 to win the premiership, and then be like, oh yeah, they're almost $1.70 at PointsBet.
No.
The stadium that these cunts have lost 500 high leverage games in a row.
Look, it's never going to get to that price because they won 64-0. And that's fine. Against the fucking opposition NRL fucking caliber. We'll get to them later. But, like,
okay.
I'd rather not.
Okay, they won 64-0. It's 3.5. If they beat Tigers by, like, 6, well, you're going to put them pick them. I think for that reason, I would go Melbourne.
You know what? Like, this genuinely could be my upsetter. I think they'll win. I actually think they'll wake up for once. Not that they're going to do anything, but...
Punting aside, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But I just... Until I see it, like I...
Yeah, no, of course, but... I
think the finals last year, it's like... For the loyal pod fans, where I was like... Take Sharks 12.5 against Melbourne, they got raped. Take Sharks
you were more... I thought they were going to win. But I had the choice between them and Roosters, where you thought Roosters were fucking a live chance.
I thought both of them were going to cover. They just...
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on to Sunday. So we've got a triple header on Sunday because I think we're heading into Origin.
No, because women in league,
fuck me, yeah.
They're playing on Thursday.
That'll be a separate podcast. Don't worry about that one. You got your favourite team of all time, the Brisbane Broncos, at the Fortress, which I feel like they've lost
every game other than Dogs.
Yeah, which make sense. Drum roll, please. They have a brand new 5'8".
Nah, actually, I got a beef with another content creator on this. But anyway, continue.
Ezra Mam is set to play his first game of the NRL season and replaces his mate Ben Hunt, who injured his hamstring last weekend.
Convenient.
Just one other change to the team that got raped by Souths, which is Xavier Wilson is named in the back row and Piakura goes to the bench. However, they could switch as they did last week. How tricky from Madge.
Yeah.
A shoulder injury to Couchman has seen Jack DeBellin coming to the starting side with Blake Laurie, the new face on the bench. It's a bit of a familiar face, actually. Me. The real ones know Blake Laurie.
I like him. Shout out Zarafos, probably.
Dylan Egan has been named in the back row, and Luciana Leilua has gone to the interchange, but the duo could trade places. What trickery from Shane Flanagan. A spread of 10.5, because regardless of who they play, where they play, when they play, Broncos are 10 points favourites against everybody in the sport.
Yeah, that's right.
Is this the week they cover, or do they give up to Dragons?
The obvious is they just fucking rape Dragons. But my beef is actually with Clarkey. He wrote in his fucking round, like, team list thing, Ezra's back, like, from suspension. He was back last week. Just to clarify to every fucking cunt that watches this video, he was back last week, conveniently, when he didn't want to play and lose to South. Anyway, how can you take Dragons? To your fucking objective point, how can you sit there and make any case for Dragons at all in any scenario?
Dragons are fucking garbage. There's no redeeming quality about Dragons.
Exactly.
The more I think about it, Dragons are fucking...
Maybe with the first game is just a facade. This is the team that comes last.
Zarafos brothers, I'm sorry.
They're awful.
These guys are such shit.
There's nothing good about them.
The more I look up and down this lineup...
I mean, is Alan still there?
Sloan.
Is Alan still there?
Alan.
Oh my god.
Carl,
Alan's
uncle. King Togia.
Look at this pack.
Clemmer. Dylan Egan.
He's good though.
Hamish Stewart.
He's not.
Luciano.
This bench. I just...
Laurie's back.
I'm like, oh fuck.
Fuck me. Dragons. I guess the...
No.
The only way...
I'm not going to say anything. I'd love to get your analysis of this. How are you going to analyze Dragons?
I'm going to take the coward's approach and say that...
It's a skip? You want to skip the goal?
Oh, fuck no. I said once every 2 weeks, mate. This is not This is not the NFL. Dragons, the only way we can have a semblance of an interesting intrigue of a conversation is not through Dragons.
Yes, it is.
Because we know they suck ass.
Yeah, but it will be interesting.
The other side of it is where it becomes interesting. Broncos. Have they shown that they can't be 10-point favourites against anyone?
Okay.
If you can't cover 10 to Souths, like...
Think about... Yeah, the Dragons are better.
Dragons are better than Souths.
Line-up-wise. I don't know if they play any better. Line-up-wise, it looks better.
Dragons are fucking horrible.
No, like...
They're actually one of the dumbest teams I've ever seen.
You know what's interesting?
Dragons could literally be sitting here with 6-4.
What would this be if
they
everyone
had
played?
A semblance of a brain.
20?
All right, who's missing, realistically? Walsh and Hunt.
Yeah.
16?
20.
Probably 16, 15. Which we'll be like, is that it? And we'll take it.
Yeah.
So by default of that...
we have to take Broncos.
I can't take Dragons. I know they covered for me last week.
I think they play Knights next week. They'll win that.
Oh, look, if I've learnt one thing, Dragons, you got to give them either Melbourne, give them the top echelon team and they'll beat them, or you got to give them the dirt of the sport. And normally they can perform again. But don't give them the team running last. Yeah. They'll lose to them. That's why they gave Para a win. You got to give them between the...
That's why they rape Titans.
You got to give them between the 12 and 15 range. That's where normally Dragons get their wins. I don't see them going to Suncorp and realistically surviving for 15 minutes. Those 15 line breaks that Broncos got last week, they'll score a plus Sloan.
Yeah, they will. It's the King, but
King will get there, but Sloan will be there and not tackle anyone. That's the
Sorry, Zarafos brother, I can't.
Zarafos brothers,
they're dead.
It's actually getting harder for me to even.
They're worse this year. Last year, at least they were funny.
They need to go give Ben Hunt one of the Daliums of the last 5 years for making these cunts look competent. Because think about, Gutherson's come in and played this well, and these cunts are still this bad. Fuck me, Dragons.
Fuck that. All right,
at least we got my analysis of Dragons out.
So after all the hatred,
we're gonna take 10
for Broncos.
We have to. It's Dragons. Literally any other competition, I'd be like, these cunts are quitters. These cunts, Dragons will quit.
All right, truly,
Dragons will just give up.
I'm gonna
name me a team, I'll tell you they'll cover.
I'm gonna give this one to the panel. You Dragons fans at home, what do you guys think?
Oh, God.
Is there hope? Is there fight? Is there a
fight?
You can't turn the TV on at 2 p.m. on Sunday and you expect to win, or if not, do you expect it to be in the contest, or are you more so leaning towards the two of us and being like, you know what, we're just fucking shit?
Well, look, they are cheering. They covered last week.
Because truly, there's nothing good about Broncos.
No, there isn't.
They really should they be 10.5? No, but they're playing Dragons.
That's why they...
If this was 10.5 against Dolphins, I'd be like, I'll take Dolphins.
Easily, yeah.
If this was 10.5 against Para, no, I wouldn't take it. I could argue it, but I wouldn't take it.
I actually might even put Dragons below Para. That's how bad these cunts are.
If this was 10.5 against Knights, I would take Knights.
Yeah.
There's no other team. South, we saw it last week. So
it's just Dragons. They're demented.
There's your analysis, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. This is the quickest, I'm going to say it right now, the quickest analysis you're ever going to get from a game in my life.
All right, we got...
because I know what this game is.
Ricky's Raiders hosting your Gold Coast Titans.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to drink water. I got
4 p.m. on Sunday. Quick ins and outs. Zach Hastings starts at second row in place of Matty Nicholson, who was set for 12 weeks on the sidelines with a lower leg injury. Corey Horsburgh is set to return from a head knock. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening. Kieran Foran returns after tearing his bicep on the bench. Jamin Jolliffe will make his return from suspension. Isaac Fasul-Malawi is unable to play due to concussion protocols. Arama Howe is the other man to drop out of the 17. I don't remember him being in there in the first place. Phil Sami shifts to the wing and Jojo Fafita moves to the centres. With a spread of 9.5. A spread of 9.5 in Canberra after the embarrassing...
Is that it?
embarrassing second half where they capitulated to the Bulldogs. Is that it?
There.
What are you thinking, champion?
The only concern is Foran's back. I like Foran. He helps them.
He's going to come off the bench and save them.
He never could backdoor cover with him. David Feeder's not playing, is he?
No.
Yeah, right. They're dead. That's it. How is this 9? There were 6 last week to Knights.
Yeah. So Raiders
after being favourites to the team coming first are now only 9 to the dirt of the sport.
Raiders, after winning 200 games in a row, are essentially considered 2 points better than Knights last week.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, no, it's 10.5 now. It's
shifting.
They actually had the audacity to open this at 6, which was almost grounds for an emergency podcast of like this sports.
So it's 10 now?
10
it's still not enough.
Or 9 in some places.
It's still not enough.
Realistically, this should be like 12.
Yeah, minimum. It's Titans. They won the comp as well.
It's actually fascinating how much perceptions of teams can change in 1 week.
1 week it took.
1 half.
Yeah, they didn't even play good at halftime. At halftime, it would have been 12 this week. Or 14. And Knights would have been fucking 3-point favourites against Para. That's what's fascinating. All because these cats fucked it up.
I'm going overs. 48.5, is that it?
It's Titans.
It's Titans and Raiders.
Fuck, overs.
Raiders throw the footy
that
around.
That might be safer than 10.5.
Yeah.
Or 12 or whatever it is on the day.
I think... No, you know what? This is a back-yourself podcast. We're not fucking bitches.
Well, I'm laying it.
There's no reason to be scared of fucking Titans.
No. Yeah. They've shown nothing. Like, yeah, they beat Knights. Again, as we've established, it's fucking Knights. They're picking this week to Para.
Yeah. You can't get nothing from me for beating Knights.
Yeah, they were down 20-0.
Yeah, that's really like...
Nah, I can't.
If you get an angry Raiders team, this could be the biggest score out of the round.
They could match 60.
Nah, Titans aren't that bad.
No, they are. The way they vacate the middle of the park is like...
Yeah, I think you get like a very concerted effort from
and
Raiders to punish.
And Hudson really wants to... He's going to score 3 tries trying to get his fucking jersey back, so...
Yeah. And you know what? Raiders, like, normally they attack well through their back rowers. These guys have Campbell and Brimson defending in the halves. Not great.
There's nothing. Aerial threat, like kicking in the air. These cunts can't catch.
Yeah.
There's actually nothing. Like, they can't even kick long for Raiders. Like, unless foreign cup starts.
Yeah, there's no reason to take Titans in any capacity.
There's no reason to take Titans at all.
Yep, agreed.
This is the game. This is the second game of the round. No, third game of the round. So we have the game on Friday, the first one. Then we have the Saturday blockbuster, Saturday night. And then truly, I can't wait for this game.
Okay, we have the actual game of the round, which is Saturday night. And then we have the 2 comedy shows, the clown shows. Which one's more intriguing between South's Tigers?
South.
Knights Para is not as intriguing. I would go Knights.
Souths are involved.
I swear I'm actually dreading this Tigers game.
Up till you Souths are involved.
Shout out to...
Who? Charlie.
Yeah. I like him. Shout out to Harry, the #1 ambassador of Tigers. Since you vacated that role, I
don't want him anymore. Fuck these cunts.
Will I defend them? We'll see.
Who's starting?
Stafford is back in the centres.
That's good.
To play Origin. Charlie Stench has kept his place on the wing, with Naden being named on the interchange bench. So imagine Naden coming on.
Why is he on the bench?
And firing up.
Why is he on the bench?
Utility. He can play in the halves. A new injury has caused Fanua Bolle to drop out of the team, which means that Royce Hunt comes into the starting side. And he's going to have it says here, he's going to have a drastic change in his minutes played from 15 to 17. With Jack Bird now listed on the bench. Well, there's their utility. That's good. And Talon De Silva no longer wants to play. Because Coruscant conveniently wants to go play 80 minutes and set up 4 tries.
How can you not already say this? You haven't even got the South. These guys are hilarious.
Don't worry about South.
Left Jack Bird and Naden on the bench.
Fuck me.
All right.
Veteran Alex Johnson has come back from a hamstring injury to score 8 tries against fucking Naden. Fletcher Myers shifts to the reserves as a... Oh, fuck me. Myers is gone. That's not cool. And no other changes to the team that destroyed the existence of Broncos. Josh Schuster has again been named in the extended squad.
He won't play.
But he clearly won't play for the 50th round in a row.
This is a perfect pick-up, isn't it?
A perfect pick-up, mate. The Tigers at the fortress of Campbelltown Stadium, which famously, for those true rugby fans, the Tigers Souths game last year probably was like round 23 or something, where Tigers went up 20... Belinda Sharp saved them with the forward pass call at the end of the game. Will we see some magic like that again, Chris? For a miracle Tigers victory, or are Souths of War coming to get them after their big win against Broncos last week? I guess, like, do these cunts bounce back from getting raped by Melbourne, or are they just fucking done? It's my question.
You have to take Tigers. Look,
I don't have to do anything.
I'll tell you why. It's Tigers. I'm tipping Tigers. I'd love to take South. Trust me, but it's Tigers. The spine is just like, it's actually not even close. How can I take them at Pick'em? Last week, Tigers, right? They have nothing else. They even lost the spine. That's how good Melbourne's spine is. So it's like, well, you already have nothing, and then your spine's dirt. Like, is not better than the. So what the fuck do you have, really?
There's not many sides that you would be like, the spine is way worse than the opposition.
Well, Tigers have a top 5 spine if they all play. That top 5 spine's playing. The other side is Latrell, Humphreys. Who the fuck's playing at 5'8"? Sullivan, and Peter.
Well, it's not Peter. It's Havili.
How can I make any case for South? Is there other positions that much better to make the spine obsolete? South have nothing. Simple. Tigers. Look, at home, pick 'em. Benji against Wayne does scare me because I know Benji's an idiot.
The master and the apprentice.
But Luai, Coruscant, Galvin, and Buller, that's who I'm banking it on. The spine is just so much better than South. Last week, put it in the past, and knowing the NRL, losing 64-0 means you come back and win 30-0 against South, probably. So, look, South, you had your fucking victory last week. You can't actually suck ass. But you have Wayne, and you keep heart. Tigers will have heart. I don't think last week was one of their worst games in terms of effort, but they played fucking look at these cuts.
Does effort even matter against
them? I know Tigers will show effort. They don't give up like Brisbane do. They won't give up. They're just not that good, but they won't give up. So I'm happily taking Tigers. I think I'll take Tigers up to like 4.5. It's South. How can you take South?
You know how you're terrified to take
Tigers and they'll fuck it up.
Warriors and watch the Dolphins win?
Yeah.
My equivalent of the round is
take Tigers and watch
taking
South.
Tigers and watching South beat them.
Nah.
Because truly, Tigers should be like
3.5.
$1.60.
Yeah.
Maybe even
And what's interesting, they would have been 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. I think because Souths keep fucking pulling off these dog wank like wins and Tigers keep giving up. Now all of a sudden they're perceived to be equal when
they're really not.
The spine is not close. The best player on the field probably Souths have.
Yeah.
But outside of that, well,
it's close. It's not like it's a given. And also, Tigers have the best forward, for sure.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, Terrell May over all these cunts. Who the fuck do they have?
I don't know. I feel like Coloma's had a really good year. But yeah, I'll give you
even the Tigers pack. Like, starting Royce Hunt doesn't mean you fucking go backwards.
So this is what I'm trying to say, right? You can't do worse than South in the middle of the park.
No, God.
I know they won, and that winning, it's too busy winning. There's no better fucking cover up for your inability to fucking do simple shit correctly. I mean, it's great that Latrell can come and save 10 tries, but there was enough chinks in the armor for you fucks that you would just allow like 10 different Broncos players through the heart of your defense. And in my mind, there's nothing to suggest that would change in 1 week.
No, it won't.
Especially with Souths. I've been watching these pricks do this for years.
Yeah.
On the edges, Tass, Johnston, Campbell, Graham, are they inherently that much better than Taruva, Stafford Toa?
Who's playing wing? Now that Hayden's out.
Skelton's still not there, is he? We got Dewey and we got some other bloke on the left wing. I'm not sure why.
Oh, is it my boy?
Oh, no, it's Charlie Staines, sorry.
Oh, I thought it was my boy.
It's Charlie Staines. Oh. So, are they inherently as shit as each other? Yeah, probably.
So it comes down to the spine.
The bench, I'm not sure who's coming off the Souths bench, but it can't be much worse than Naden. So
Naden and Jack Bird.
These teams deserve each other at the end of the day. And you're getting Tigers at home off an embarrassing 700 mil performance.
Winning.
Souths, I think I can hear them. They're still clubbing after beating Broncos. Just take Tigers, and this is one of those where you have to be willing to just cop the pointless loss if Souths go and win.
And Luai and Coruscant have a bit more to prove than Latrell to get a spot.
Oh, Latrell's probably
Latrell's probably in, no matter what.
First 3 or 4 picks at this stage.
Coruscant is still. Will we pick Robson?
I've actually seen so many predicted Blues lineups, and most of them have Robson in there, which fascinates me.
What I mean, I don't know.
And Luai, obviously, there's the trajectory of some saying that it might be Moses and Cleary.
Well, we'll have our own fucking probably real what our Origin predicted lineups will be, but I just don't see the point of picking Robson if you're going to pick Watson. If your Watson's a lock, then what the fuck's the difference if Appy's there or not? Like, you're going to take him off. It's not like you're going to bring him on at lock. I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense. If you're not going to pick Watson, you're going to pick, I don't know, Burden, sure, pick Robson so he can play the whole game. But if they're fucking adamant that he has to be a New South Wales jersey, Watson, then you rather get that 60 minutes out of Appy Coruscant and then take him off and fucking start this cunt. And you're already fucking... Their middle of the park is already riddled without Grant, possibly, and without Ben Hahn.
No,
why the fuck else would you not pick Appy Coruscant?
They have some shocking players in the thing, but in my mind, Coruscant's just a better player in every way than
exactly.
Robson. So I would go him personally. As far as this individual game goes...
There's no reason to take South.
There's no reason to take South. Like, on paper, the Broncos spine last week was set up to take advantage of what Souths do poorly. They did half the job through, poor support play and just poor decision-making. They didn't put fucking 40 on the scoreboard, but Souths, they literally gave 36 points to Knights 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not far removed from being those fuckwits that did that. So, now you're not even getting points with Souths. That's really baffling. Yeah. That's insane to me.
That's incredible that Tigers have fallen to this point, essentially full strength.
I think it's a mistake in the market.
It's a mistake.
So by that fucking sheer virtue of that, claws up the mighty Tigers.
Let's go Tigers.
Let's go Tigers. Don't fuck us over on Sunday. That will
wrap up the
That's just going to put me in a sour mood because we're going to watch them do the review. I'm going to be like, fuck me, South's won again. This is shit.
No, South's winning is fun.
I found my under duress. Wake the fuck up, Tigers, you stupid team.
Oh, that's it. Oh, you want to do Warriors?
Nah, there's no duress about them because they're second. I had two candidates.
Manly.
It was Tigers or Manly. Or Knights, I guess I could do. Talk about duress. You fucking give Jason Riles away. Everything just changes in your franchise.
That's got to be Tigers, bro. How can you have that spine and just keep losing?
Realistically, I could do Roosters.
Oh, well, yeah.
You can't come off the bye and give up. What was the point of two-peating? I could actually do Dolphins. Yeah. But they're just playing a team that's better. Oh, Sharks.
Yeah, but
how many times you guys going to give up?
Yeah, but you're tipping.
I'm tipping Melbourne, so I can't pick them. It's Tigers.
Yeah,
on the rest, Tigers. Pick them. Let's go. Baby.
Actually, boys. Broncos.
It's Dragons. There's no duress when you play Dragons. Sorry, Zarafos brothers.
Raiders.
Nah.
You can't not rape Tigers.
Nah, because I know they're going to kill them. It's not even cool.
All right. Tigers.
Upset alert. What do you think in champion?
It's either Sharks, Manly.
Or Dragons.
Sharks, Manly. Or I guess, for no reason, Para. But I'd rather do Sharks or Manly because how many times am I going to get them as upset alert? I guess Sharks.
All right, mate. I want you 3 things that you're most looking forward to for the
round. Dude, the 3 games. The best game ever. Best game maybe so far of the season. Arguable. Between Sharks and Melbourne. And the 2 clown shows. No, actually, I lied. Fuck. I think you rate the first clown show much more than I do.
I genuinely think it's the best game of all time.
I'm going to put that below the Dragons game. I just want to watch Dragons.
You see what they run out there.
I just want to see what the fuck they're going to come up with. And then obviously watching Tigers rape South. That would be very good.
Okay, for me, by far and away, number 1 is Knights Para. Make sure you guys tune into the review.
I think you got to put Nate.
Those that know me on a personal level, I would die for this Knights Power game. It's fucking fantastic.
But Nate has to be there.
Second to that, it's not. I'm actually not going to put Melbourne Sharks in my 3 or Tigers and thing.
What? South. Naden's playing.
Nah, fuck Naden. I'm going to go. I want to watch Manly Cowboys.
Yeah.
Because truly, I'll find out. I know what Cowboys are. I need to find out a lot about Manly. I will say I'm really not going to miss Penrith this round. Thank fuck they have a bye.
Who cares? Dragons.
Nah, I'm going to say Warriors Dolphins. Warriors, Dolphins. The Wars, can they go and fucking
Why are
win
you
again?
lying to our audience? You're going to die at that Dragons game. Just to see them, watch them play.
No, because you know what's going to fucking infuriate me if they go out there and cover.
No, I won't. It's the you know what the beauty is? We can come on and say Broncos are really bad if they don't cover the Dragons.
I don't want to lose money to Dragons after saying they're fucking dirt and manure.
No, I'm not going to take the line. Unders. Yeah? Dragons can't.
Anyway, appreciate the respect, the fucking following. If you made it this far into the pod, if you have, give us a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section. Obviously, like
comment Nathan,
boys. Comment Nathan if you're still listening. And peace out. We'll catch you guys in the review. Go Dragons, go. Get into them.